Alright, I didn't really do anything front for this week because my mindset and my pen wasn't going in the fun direction over the last 3-4 days. So, I was watching T.D. Jakes the other day, and maybe y'all understand why I put this down. My man, by the way. It's called When I Became a Man. When I became a man, I put away childish things. But before I became a man, I didn't always fit the shoes of a king. I was a child trying to find his way, and the toys that I played with kept my eyes occupied and left my mind in a lustful, boyish frenzy. And my playmates, they had long legs and short skirts and soft skin, and they cared enough to lay down and waddle with me often. Jezebel turned out to be my very best friend. I look into her eyes just before ever seeing the sunrise. Every time I paid her a visit and slept in. Before I became a man, I saw how God created Adam from dust. So likewise, I tried to make love out of lust. I didn't know any better. I was taught by example, let your mouth spit game, but never let your heart say much. I treated his daughters like beauty pageant contestants. There would be zero returns on any of their investments. And Proverbs 31 was never a criteria for my selections. Mind you, this was all before I became a man. This was about the time that I took note from a father figure who really didn't know how to even be a father. Go figure. Right about the time that Mima became a punching bag for this dude because he was too afraid to take his frustrations out on the world. Instead, by simply enduring affliction, yet during some stupid, crazy addiction, he could go 12 rounds against my mom's most violent screams and stop. And he was still undefeated and he always won. And I was standing in plain sight and hoping this dude would see me because all I could say at the time was, "Pop, please. Maybe I don't deserve what she got just because she couldn't satisfy all your crazy needs." Before I became a man, I would unlock Daddy's curse and free myself and throw away Daddy's keys. I allowed anger to set up a construction company inside of me. And bitterness never rested. It left us no time wasting, and whether my old dad loved me or not, I couldn't regurgitate with his hatred. I became allergic to showing any form of suppression. Before I became a man, I was much shorter, not just in height, but in spiritual insight, because I never had a picture, or nor did Time Warner ever make a movie to show me just what exactly God's man was really supposed to look like. But when I became a man, I became a man and learned how to actually love God right back. And even though I'm good at falling short of the glory, I reflect on my story, and through my praise and poetry strength, I will self-publish my own testimony. When I became a man, I ain't ashamed to say I learned how to cry, because I'm not ashamed of my tears, and neither will my fears muffle this groaning in my spirit. Since I became a man, I'm no longer afraid of the dark. I wrap my fingers around James 5:16, confess, pray, and hope that God heals my heart. You see, I discovered that there are medicinal qualities down this corridor of introspection. When I became a man, I learned how to love her. She's like my Esther and my Ruth. I learned how to honor her like she was Jesus' mother, because one day she'll be pregnant with the seed that will transport my legacy so that my God and my name will both have longevity. And even after they bury me. I couldn't love her before because I wasn't able. My insecurities, my perfectionism had me looking at the next best player, checking them out on the scorer's table. How could I possibly be this covering as an umbrella with holes in it, Joe? But I learned to love her. I ought to, because I want to be like my father, and I wanted him to be like my father-in-law since that supported his daughter. When I became a man, I even learned the rest of my brothers. I share my hearts and my hugs and my praise, because a hug and a praise without my heart leaves room for him to respond, "I don't know you." I became a man, so that until he became a man, he can see and name a man who picked up the gospel and put the toys away when I became a man.